JBN, we keep you informed. Coming up in the news today. Man arrested after attempting to hide firearm. Motorcyclist found with firearm arrested. NPTAJ wants greater values of life and property to be instilled in our children. St. James Police seized AK-47 rifle, several rounds of ammunition. PMP will likely lose next election with Peter Phillips as leader, says political commentator. And a 39-year-old man suspected of suicide in Manchester. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Man arrested after attempting to hide firearm. A man was taken into custody following the seizure of a firearm and several rounds of ammunition on Cedar Valley Road in Kingston 6 on Friday, April 5, the police have reported. According to the Matildas Corner Police, officers were on patrol in the area about 11:30 p.m. when they observed a man running towards a house. The man then threw an object inside the house. He was accosted and the object retrieved and found to be a 9mm Beretta pistol with a magazine containing 10 9mm cartridges. The man was arrested. However, his identity has been withheld pending further investigations, the police say. Motorcyclist found with firearm arrested. The police are reporting that two men were taken into custody following the seizure of a .38 revolver and 4.38 cartridges along Spanish Town Road in St. Andrew on Saturday. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 1 p.m., lawmen on patrol stopped and searched two men riding on a motorcycle when the firearm was found in their possession. NPTAJ wants greater values of life and property to be instilled in our children. The National Parent-Teacher Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, is cautioning that as a nation, Jamaicans have to collectively do more to instill the value of property, life, good conduct, and education in our children. NPTAJ's call was made following the murder of security guard Clifton Lumley while on duty at the Grange Hill High School in Westmoreland. The security guard was stabbed on the school's compound last Friday. A 17-year-old Grange Hill High male student who is believed to be connected to the incident has since been taken into police custody. Reports are that about 2:45 p.m. on Friday, March 29, two young men attacked the security guard at his post near the entrance to the school. It's understood that one of the youngsters used a stick to beat Lumley, and while he struggled to hold on to the stick, he was stabbed in the upper body by the other young man, resulting in the puncture of one of his lungs. The security guard, who celebrated his birthday 2 weeks ago, was taken to the hospital where he underwent surgery. He died the following day. We call upon our parents, PTAs, and schools to do all we possibly can to ensure that we collectively provide the necessary support and guidance to our parents and the children on the value of life, property, good conduct, and education, the NPTAJ said in a statement. We must do all that we can as a society to reduce the levels of crime in our beloved country and instead change our focus to influence greatness among our people, the group added in expressing condolences to the school and the Lumley's family. The circumstances surrounding the incident are even more disturbing as it now appears to have involved students of the school. Imagine how the parents and families of those students must feel, the association said. The NPTAJ reminded parents, students, and the general public to use the necessary conflict resolution mechanisms in place in handling problems and disputes instead of resorting to violence. St. James Police seized AK-47 rifle and several rounds of ammunition. The police in St. James are reporting the seizure of two firearms, including an AK-47 rifle and several rounds of ammunition at separate locations on Friday, April 5. The first incident took place about 3 p.m. on Middle Road in Dallas, Glendavon, in the parish. Reports are that a team of officers was on patrol when they observed a group of men standing in an open lot, behaving in a manner that aroused their suspicion. Upon the approach of the police team, the men ran and escaped in the area. A search of the open lot was conducted, and a 9mm pistol containing 4 rounds of ammunition was found. About 2 hours later, another team of officers found an AK-47 rifle along with a magazine containing 9 7.62 rounds of ammunition on Sunflower Crescent in Norwood. Information received is that during the search of a premises, the lawmen saw a white plastic bag along the side of an unfinished concrete structure. The bag was retrieved and found to contain the firearm and ammunition. No one was arrested in connection with the seizures. PNP will likely lose next election with Peter Phillips as leader, says political commentator. Political commentator Nadine Spence has said the People's National Party PNP stands very little chance of winning the next general election during 2 years if Dr. Peter Phillips remains as president. There have been questions surrounding his leadership, with a recent RG Gleaner Don Anderson poll showing poor favorability ratings for him. Ms. Spence said Thursday's defeat of Damien Crawford in the Portland Eastern by-election was another blow to Dr. Phillips. She believes that leadership change is needed ahead of the next election. If they want the party to win the next general election, I think his resignation would put them in a more comfortable position to challenge. But I don't see how they can challenge with him as the party leader. It spells trouble when, from all indication, the party has a greater popularity rating than the party leader. It's either he resigns or they have to pull something out of the bag really very quickly to change the political fortune for them, she contended. According to Spence, it will take team effort from the PNP to turn its fortunes around and convince the electorate that they are worthy of forming the next government. She believes Mr. Crawford will have to be given a safe seat if the PNP wants him in the House of Representatives. This, she said, is because he has proven he is unable to appeal to voters outside of the PNP base. Spence also does not think Crawford should remain in Portland Eastern. I don't think he did well on that political stage in East Portland, and I think that there are too many negatives that will follow him. And so I believe that what they should do is find somebody from East Portland. I think the whole idea is that the person who represents you should at least be able to vote for themselves in the constituency that they are running in, she asserted. 39-year-old man suspected of committing suicide in Manchester. Police say they are still trying to gather more information in the case where a 39-year-old man from Cheapside District, Kendal, Manchester, is suspected to have committed suicide at his home on Thursday, April 4. The deceased has been identified as Elroy Johnson, a Tyler. Police said the reports they received is at about 6 p.m. Johnson allegedly ingested Gramazone and was taken to hospital by relatives, where he was pronounced dead. News of the development comes little over a month after a woman in St. Mary suspected to have also killed herself by ingesting a pesticide. Reports are that she reportedly also attempted to kill her 3-year-old son by feeding him some of the poisonous substance. According to investigators, information gathered suggested that the woman, who has been identified as 29-year-old Raquel Somerville of Orangefield in the parish, may have been suffering from depression. The child is said to have so far survived the poisoning. Police said in recent months they have been receiving a number of reports regarding suicides, and as a result, authorities have set out an appeal urging persons who may be suffering from mental health issues, including depression, to seek help. The appeal said the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF offers counseling services through its domestic violence intervention centers located at the Constant Spring and Matilda's Corner police stations, both in St. Andrew. The centers are said to be staffed by trained professionals who are able to do evaluations and to make recommendations as necessary. The aim of the centers is to provide help for persons affected by domestic violence. However, they were recommended as good points of contact for any person who may need help dealing with a mental health issue. 7 acres of marijuana in St. Elizabeth burned by cops. More than 7 acres of marijuana was destroyed during an eradication exercise carried out by police in St. Elizabeth on Saturday. One person was arrested and charged in connection with the drug find. Police reported that about 3:30 p.m., a team of officers went to the Lower Morath section of Black River, where a farm was found with a large number of marijuana trees. During the operation, police cut the growing plants, seized seedlings, and cured marijuana and burned them in the field. One person was arrested and charged for breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act in relation to the find. In 2011, members of the Police Narcotics Division carried out a similar operation in the parish, but had to beat a hasty retreat after they were attacked by residents. In that incident, a woman was wounded after the police fired several shots in their bid to escape the attack. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.